Hey yo, what's good? It's your boy Orange Piccolo. I'm gonna review Orange Piccolo for you guys. One of my favorite figures I have in my collection. And what better way to start your YouTube channel with one of your very favorite figures. Up until I got this guy, probably the most expensive figure I've ever bought, but it was definitely worth it, in my opinion at least. Let's get into it.
All you had, plus a bit extra.
So first off, this is what he looks like outside of the box. This isn't all that he comes with. He's supposed to come with a Kamehameha parts for the Beast Gohan, or the Ultimate Gohan, that is also in this line for the superhero movie. This is supposed to be the Kamehameha part right here, and then all the parts that connect. I can bring it out later on, but this is also for Ultimate Gohan's hands. Like his hands have pegs, which connect to the Kamehameha, and you can create those moves, I guess. But yeah, this is all he comes with. He comes with 3 heads, 4 sets of hands, and 2 that he already comes with. So in all, 4 heads, 3 pairs of hands. Not that bad, but in the movie he doesn't really do much, so it wouldn't really make sense to have him have all these hands, faces. Let's open this guy now. So first impressions, this guy is an absolute beast of a figure. As soon as I got this guy and I felt the box he came in, the shipper box, this thing felt hefty. I didn't know figures could feel this hefty, because all I had before were the smaller SH figures, like the normal, like Vegeta, Goku, basically all of these guys that you see in the back. Those are all the figures I had before this guy, and these guys feel like pretty light, but this guy, he has some weight to him, which makes sense. He's a bulky dude. In the movie, he's pretty bulky. He's pretty big. I've had this figure for a while, actually. It just felt fitting to have him as my first figure as I review, considering it's what my channel is called, considering it's my favorite figure I have. But yeah, you can see all the detail right now, at least. I'll go over the accessories in a bit, but this guy is like really well sculpted. I can't even lie. There's some SH Figuarts where they like do half the job and they just make it like $70, but this guy, they did not miss out on the sculpt. And I'm pretty sure I only got him for like $100, which was not, for like 120 maybe, which wasn't that bad, at least. Brand new and everything. But I didn't really get it out that long after the movie came out. I did miss the premium Bandai pre-orders, but I still got my hands on this guy. So alright guys, so this is Orange Piccolo. He's really cool. You can see many of the sculpting that they did on him. Really top tier. I would say for $100, I would say the sculpt like is worth the money alone. If you're going for this guy, I definitely would not get him for the accessories, only because he comes with 7 in total, plus the Ultimate Gohan parts. But for Orange Piccolo himself, there's only like 7 extra pieces that come with him, which isn't a lot. There's way more with plenty of these There's way more accessories with all of these figures for way less than this guy. So, but I also picked this guy up because I don't think they will re-release him or make another figure of Orange Piccolo until later on, if he comes up in the anime or manga again, but that's way later ahead. So okay, next off, I'm going to show off the accessories, the heads first, and then I'll show off the hands that he comes with. So first off, he has the grin face, I guess. He's mad, the grinning face. Next you will see him having the yelling face, where his mouth is open. If you can see closely, you can see the sculpt is like 10 out of 10. You can see that they didn't miss anything. There's no like paint, rub, no anything like that. It's, in my opinion, they're perfect. They're perfect head sculpts. But there's also the him looking to the side face too, which again is pretty much perfect head sculpt and paint. It really brings him character. Alright, so next off are the hands that he comes with. I'm gonna do some quick hand posing, arms to show them off a little bit. They're pretty basic. I can't even lie. They're pretty basic hands, fisted hands, grabbing hands, open palms. It's not really much to say about these hands other than that he comes with them, and they're really well sculpted for this type of figure. The painting on the fingernails are really well. On my copy at least, there was no smudges or anything. There wasn't any misprints or anything like that. They were all really well sculpted, and for what they had to deal with the design of Orange Piccolo, at least, I think they did a really good job in my opinion. But there's also another figure that I have him holding. I got from a mystery box filled with a Dragon Ball superhero little figurines, little statues, I guess, that I hold him up against for like he's like his little son, I guess. But I don't know, you can have a lot of fun with this guy in my opinion. Alright guys, so those were the accessories. Now we're gonna go over the articulation of this guy, which is pretty surprising how much articulation he has. First off, with the head, he can turn about that far, he can turn that far, and then he can also he can do the whole 360, but he has like, it's at this angle, which isn't a fault on the figure, it's more of a fault on the design, since his this is basically a giant muscle in the anime. This is basically a giant muscle in the anime. He's supposed to be this big beefy guy, and this is part of the design. So on the figure, at least, if you wanted to make him look straight ahead, he can look that far at least, only because this part is blocking it. But then again, he's a really chunky guy. He's gonna come brute force right in front of you, so I don't think he would really want to go side to side as much. For the arms, his arm can go about that far. He can do a full 360. He can also do a rotation, full 360 rotation. He also has a small butterfly joint, which doesn't seem like much, but for what it is, it's good enough. It didn't have to be there, but the fact that they put it there, it doesn't really bother me that much. He has a double joint, but his arms are pretty big, so to get full motion of the double joint is kind of hard. It does do past 90, I would say, but like I said, it's not really like, he wouldn't really want to do any moves on you or anything. He would probably just want to punch you in the face right away. His arm peg can do a full 360. It's on the regular Bandai type ball pegs, which have the separate sections, I would call it, like that. But yeah, it's pretty much for the upper torso. His actual torso, like his chest area, these are separate pieces. He has a abs section and he has a chest section, but you don't really get that much full motion out of it, considering this is made of rubber. It's made of a softer plastic, not rubber. It's made of a softer plastic, but like I said, in the anime, in the movie, he doesn't really do much of that. But especially with his gi on, because throughout the rest of the like half of the movie till the end, he has his gi off because it's like ripped off or something. But I don't really blame Bandai for this decision. He does crunch that far. He does crunch up this far. He also has, his legs can also go side that far. It can go back that far. It can go up pretty far because this tucks under. this piece tucks under with just amount of this part has just enough clearance to tuck under his crotch piece. But he can, I'm pretty sure that's like 90 degrees straight. He does have double joint at the legs, which is really good. He has on his feet, he can do a full 360. So that's pretty good range of motion. He does have a swivel on his feet and goes side that far. He doesn't really go far that much on that side, but it's not that bad. Like I said, my excuse, I guess, is that he's a chunky figure. He doesn't really need to move as much. Unlike if he was in his normal form, which he wouldn't need to move a lot because he's more technical, I guess, with his moves. In this form, he's more just punch and then blast and whatever. But he also does have a toe articulation. I mean, that far up. He does have chunky shoes. Like, what is that? That is a chunky shoe. That looks like a full toe. It looks like he has potato sacks for feet, but yeah, I think that's it. I just want to go over some of the sculpting work. Like, this is really well done. And there's little to none like paint mishaps, I guess you would call it, paint mistakes or anything like that, especially on the other heads that he has. Like, this is literally perfect. And some of his hands have finger paint on him, or his fingernails have paint on him, and that is no smudges, no like they didn't miss the fingernail or anything, but this is pretty much perfect. I'm gonna be so honest with you guys right now. This is probably one of my more favorite figures in my collection, and I have a bunch. I have plenty of. I have like three Gokus. I have 2 Piccolos, Trunks, Vegeta. You can name them. I probably have one of them. Probably thought about getting one of them, but I don't know. This guy is a grail to me. Definitely not the best figure. There's plenty of figures I would put above this guy. Plenty of figures I would say this guy is trash if I compare them to. But as his own, if he's staying faithful to the movie, in my opinion at least, 10 out of 10. And I'm gonna be honest, this is a pretty good figure in my opinion. Like I said, is one of my grails. There is definitely figures way better than him. Better paint apps, better accessories, better sculpts, but this is probably the only figure that I have that I can put above the rest in my opinion. The only gripe I do have is they should have at least gave us a part where his gi is ripped off. That's like the only thing I'm mad about, because when he turns orange, when he like turns into Orange Piccolo, his gi is already ripped off. Like I don't think there's a scene where he has his gi on and he's Orange Piccolo. Maybe at the end, I could be wrong. I did just watch the movie again, and I don't remember him having a gi on while being Orange Piccolo. So if they could have done that, did give him the super first appearance Super Saiyan Goku with his like shirt ripped off, that would have been a 10 out of 10 figure for me, because then you would have gotten like way better articulation and everything. But even as he is, I would still say he's a really good figure, and if you're looking for him, definitely pick him up if you like Piccolo like I do, or if you just like the transformation of Orange Piccolo, which I think is really cool. I know there's some people who are gonna say it's undeserving or it's pretty random, but I kind of like it. Piccolo kind of needed a buff one way or another, and the way they did it was surprising. And then having him in figure form with one of my favorite transformations, it's kind of like a dream come true, to be honest. But there's also Beast Gohan, which is really cool, but as a figure, it's, in my opinion, it's kind of a letdown. He kind of just looks like Ultimate Gohan that you see on the screen, but with the hair and the special beam cannon. There are some things that they changed on the figure, but nothing that would justify a price the same as Orange Piccolo. But I will say, matching them together, having that pair it looks dope. It looks really cool. But that doesn't justify me to get him at least. But if you have him, that's cool. It does look like a really cool figure to have, but I think it would be better to get a third-party head sculpts, which I do plan on getting for the Ultimate Gohan, because some third-party companies are cooking low-key. Anyways, guys, that's been my review and unboxing of Orange Piccolo, aka one of my favorite characters and figures that I have in my collection. It literally based off my channel name and all that. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and please subscribe. Thank you all, and God bless.
All you had, plus a bit extra.